started, gather round. Time to get started, gather round. Yeah, gather round. And we'll learn about God. And we'll learn about God. And we'll learn about God.
Hey, Wonder, let's show the kids what we're learning today.
Good idea, Pallet. Let's take a look at our main point. Our main point says, I will obey.
Everyone say that with us on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I will obey. Hey, Wonder,
Yes, Pallet.
what does that main point look like anyway?
Well, it might look like this. Today at the dojo, we are learning, I will obey.
Students, please clean up the dojo.
Is the white belt obeying by cleaning up the dojo?
No, the white belt is not obeying.
Is the blue belt obeying by cleaning up the dojo?
No, the blue belt is not obeying.
Is the green belt obeying by cleaning up the dojo?
Yes, the green belt is obeying. Cheer with us for the green belt. Yay! I will obey. Hi again, kids. Let's say our main point again.
Our main point says, I will obey.
Everyone say that with us on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I will obey.
Yep, and to learn even more, let's find out what's happening with our friends, Sensei Bob, Kimmy, and Cora in the dojo.
Hello, Cora, Kimmy.
Hello, Sensei Bob.
Welcome back to the dojo. Kids, can you say dojo with me? 1, 2, 3.
Dojo!
Good. Now here, you will compete against many different types of opponents. You need to listen to and learn from me so that you know how to do your best each time you compete.
It's so good to see you again, Sensei Bob.
Thank you, Kimmy.
Sensei Bob, Kimmy and I have been talking, and we're worried about our opponents today. They do seem really tough.
Well, they are a good team. But if you obey what I tell you to do, I think you should be able to win your matches. Now, the thing you really need to focus on is dodging.
Surely you don't mean dodging, Sensei. You mean blocking, right? Blocking does seem to make more sense.
No, Cora, Kimmy, I mean you should dodge when they try to punch you. Now, I've watched this team, and I think that's the best way to handle them. Now, you're already checked in, and your matches are some of the first up, so I hope you're ready.
We're ready, Sensei.
Great. Cora, your match is first. Come on.
Good luck.
Welcome to today's match in the dojo. I am your announcer, Fernando DuPont. Competing out of the red corner from Sensei Bob's dojo is Cora. Competing out of the blue corner from Master Han's School of Solo Fighting is Johnny. And fight! Johnny is getting some good punches in there, and it looks like Cora is blocking with her hands. I've watched Johnny compete before, and Cora really should be dodging instead of blocking. Johnny is a master at forcing people out of bounds. She's blocking. She's blocking. Oh no! She's out of bounds! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your winner is Jenny!
How did it go? I lost my match! Aww.
I'm sorry, Cora, but when you blocked the punches instead of dodging them, your opponent knocked you out of bounds. Now, it's time for Kimmy's match. Kimmy, remember, dodge the punches. Don't try to block them.
Yes, Sensei.
Let's go.
Good luck, Kimmy! Thanks. Remember to dodge and not block!
Welcome back to today's match in the dojo! Competing out of the red corner from Sensei Bob's dojo is Kimmy! Competing out of the blue corner from Master Han's School of Solo Fighting is Sarah! And fight! Sarah is getting some punches in there, but Kimmy is dodging each one. Then she is countering with punches of her own. Sarah can't lay a hand on Kimmy. Her dodging is incredible. Sarah is blocking Kimmy's punches, but she's backing up every time. If Sarah is not careful, she'll... Wait! Sarah is out of bounds! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your winner is Kimmy!
Congratulations, Kimmy. Great job.
Thank you, Sensei Bob. You know, I wouldn't have won the match if I hadn't obeyed you. Sensei, I should have obeyed you too. If I had, I might have won my match too. But it just didn't make any sense to me to dodge instead of block.
No, you're right, Cora. You should have obeyed. Let me tell you a Bible story about Joshua and the Israelites. They obeyed God even though what God was asking them to do might not have seemed to make sense. Now, the gates of a town called Jericho were tightly shut because the people were afraid of the Israelites. No one went out or in. But the Lord said to Joshua, I have given you Jericho, its king, and all of its strong warriors. You and your fighting men should march around the town once a day for 6 days. On the 7th day, you are to march around the town 7 times, with the priests blowing their horns. When you hear the priests give one long blast on the ram's horns, have all the people shout as loud as they can. Then the walls of the town will collapse, and the people can charge straight into the town. So Joshua obeyed God. He called together the priests and the people and told them what God said. Do not shout. Do not even talk, Joshua commanded. Not a single word from any of you until I tell you to shout, then shout. So the people obeyed Joshua, and the ark of the Lord was carried around the town once that day. Kids, let's march around just like the Israelites did. Remember, don't say a single word. Everybody stand up on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. March. 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 Good job! Everyone sit down. Joshua and the Israelites obeyed God and did the same thing for 6 days. On the 7th day, the Israelites marched around the town 7 times. The 7th time around, the priests sounded a long blast on their horns. Joshua commanded the people, shout, for the Lord has given you this town. And when the people heard the sound of the horns, they obeyed and shouted as loud as they could. Suddenly, the walls of Jericho collapsed, and the Israelites charged straight into the town and captured it. You see, Cora? Joshua and the Israelites obeyed God even though they didn't really understand what he was asking them to do.
Yeah, marching around the town did seem like a strange way to fight.
It did, didn't it? But it was what God wanted them to do, and they did it. Just like the Israelites obeyed God, Kimmy obeyed me, and she won her match.
Sensei, from now on, I will try to obey you when you tell me something.
I'm glad, Cora. But there is someone much more important than me for you to obey.
Who?
God. Just like there were things that God wanted the Israelites to do, there are things that God wants you to do.
You mean God wants us to walk around and blow horns?
rules?
No, Cora. God hasn't asked you to do that, but there are things He asks all of us to do in the Bible. God tells us to be kind to the other people around us, to share with others, to use good words, and to do all the things He tells us about in the Bible.
Oh, so we should obey God by doing all those things.
That's right, Kimmy.
Sensei Bob, from now on, we will obey you and obey God.
Good. I'm glad you learned this lesson.
Palette,
Yes, Wonder?
let's show the kids how to use what they've learned today.
Oh, that's a great idea! Imagine that your dad tells you to clean your room. You would really rather play with your toys, but you clean your room because your dad told you to. You obeyed your dad.
Or imagine that your teacher tells you to sit quietly while she explains the rules to a game. Even though you really want to talk to your friend, you sit quietly and then you get to play the best game ever. You obeyed your teacher.
Or imagine you have a neighbor who no one really likes. You know that God says to love your neighbor as much as yourself. So, you are nice to her. You obeyed God.
Those are all great ways to use what we've learned today.
But wait, we're not done yet. Let's take a look at today's Bible verse.
Our Bible verse is Hebrews 13:17a. Obey your spiritual leaders and do what they say.
Well, boys and girls, it's time for us to say goodbye.
Thanks for coming to learn with us, kids.
See you next time.